Hi, I'm Daniela Genus, and in this video I want to share 8 ways you can increase the chances of your startup being a success. Originally, the title of this video was 8 ways to ensure that your social enterprise doesn't fail. However, once I'd started recording, I realised that the tips can work for pretty much any startup. It doesn't necessarily have to be a social enterprise. Tip number 1, have a sustainable business model. So that means don't just think that because you've got an idea for a product or a service that it's suddenly going to make you lots of money. You need to have a business model that is sustainable. How are you going to make money? Who is going to pay you for your product or service? Do these people want it? So really the tip is do your research. Make sure that the product or service that you have, there's a market for it, that market is going to enable you to grow your business, that it's not just going to be something that you're here today and you're gone tomorrow. Make sure that if it is a social enterprise, for example, and you're trying to have a social impact, make sure that there's still an economical impact for your business, that revenue is being generated. Do predictions, work out kind of how many sales do you need to achieve in a month to cover your costs. There's too many people just starting businesses just because I want to start a business that haven't got a sustainable business model in place. And when I say a sustainable business model, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a business plan that's 50 pages long. But what is going to make you the money? And have you documented, have you researched, have you got a plan? Make sure that you do. Number 2, have robust financial procedures and practices in place. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and you're passionate about whatever the products or services that you're offering and it's something you started because you love it, the chances are you're not probably going to be that interested in finances. Who is? I personally hate having to do finances. However, if you don't have a good grasp on your finances, even if you're making loads of money, potentially your business could still fail because you're not monitoring and you're not making sure that you know what's coming in and what's coming out. There's been so many businesses that have failed just because they weren't managing their cash flow. If you have a big client that's going to pay you loads of money but they're not going to pay until 6 months, but you've got to pay for everything to service this client in the first month, how is this going to work? So make sure that you, if you can, there's courses out there, do a course in how to manage your finances, do a course in bookkeeping. Don't just think you can hire an accountant and they'll sort it out, because number 1, you can't trust every accountant. I had an experience where I was using an accountant for many years, and one year I got a letter from HMRC saying that we owed £3,000. How? Because I wasn't paying attention to the finances, I was leaving it to the accountant and the accountant was doing something else. So make sure that you know what's going on with your money. Number 3, don't take too much advice from inexperienced advisors. If you're going to employ the services of an advisor or a consultant, and when I say employ the service, I don't necessarily mean pay, it could be free advice, but check who it is that you're working with. Just because somebody may seem popular or they may seem successful doesn't necessarily mean they have the tools, the skills or the knowledge to help you get to the next level within the world of business. Check their credentials. If they say they've run a business, Google the businesses, what happened with them. And if they ran a business that wasn't a success, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're ill-equipped to help you. In fact, it may make them better equipped, because if somebody's ran something and it's failed, they can potentially tell you how not to fail, because they have. But it's important to know the person's experience. I've had, in the past, I hired a consultant to come in and I paid for them. Didn't check for references, didn't check if they'd ran a business before. I didn't really check anything. That somebody else had said that they were good, so I just hired them on the back of that. The recommendations that they made for my business were, like, I don't even know where they picked these ideas out of the sky. Totally unhelpful, totally useless. And actually following hiring them, following me receiving the document that was just rubbish, I did a lot of research and found out that the person had never ran a business, even though they told me that they had. And actually there's a number of other organisations that had poor experiences with them. So do due diligence on anyone that you're going to take advice from. Number 4, develop business knowledge. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress it enough, hence why I'm repeating. But again, lots of people decide, oh, I want to set up a business. This seems like a good idea. I'm sure people are going to buy from me. But have no business acumen at all. And I'm not saying that means you shouldn't start a business, but you need to make it your utmost priority to develop that knowledge as quick as possible. One of the things that I've been doing this year is 52 Books Challenge. Every week I've been reading a book on business, and the wealth of information that it's just been amazing. Like, it makes me speechless. I found out so much about business that even in running a business for 8 years, I just didn't know. And actually, it's a bit frustrating because I think had I read some of the books that I've read 7 years ago, my business would have been in a completely different state when I sold it, number one. And potentially I'd be rich by now, because I'm working on that also. But yes, never underestimate the importance of having business acumen. And for me, I did an MA, Masters in Media Enterprise. I'm currently doing an MBA. I have done the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Big Business Program. I was an unlimited Big Venture Challenge winner, which also involved me doing a program around business. So at this point, I think I'm in a fantastic position to start and run my business. However, it's taken me many years to get to the point of appreciating how little business knowledge I had. And it's only in gaining that knowledge that I realised that. And I know a lot of other people that have said, oh, I'm setting up a business, they've started a business, but they don't know anything really about business. And it's really important. And university is not for everyone, and I'm not saying everybody needs to go and do an MA or an MBA, but there's nothing like educating yourself. You've got the internet, there's YouTube, there's Google YouTube videos of entrepreneurs. Sign up and subscribe to the Entrepreneur channel. Sign up and subscribe to the Success channel. There's so many bits of information out there that's free. Just access it. Number 5, innovate. Now, when you start your business, if you're passionate, as I am, about the product or the service, you're going to think that you know everything, and actually this is the way it should be done and this is fantastic. And there's a way of getting kind of stuck in a rut and doing the same thing over and over again. And for some businesses, doing that and just doing what they've done all the time can lead to their demise. And if you're not trying to be innovative and you're not keeping up with the times, and you're not looking around at what's going on around you, at what your competitors are doing and what is just happening in the world, and being innovative and making sure that innovation is embedded within your business and something that is a constant process, you could get left behind. A fantastic example, Blockbuster. The best example to me of how the lack of innovation can kill a business. Blockbuster, for those of you who are too young to remember, was a fantastic business, I think. You would go to, they had stores everywhere you'd go, you'd hire a video from them, you take the video home, you pay them, take the video home, watch your video, take it back. What happened to Blockbuster? Well, there's a number of things that happened to Blockbuster. DVDs came out, so they kind of tried to innovate, I guess, by changing from VHS videotape to hiring out DVDs and Blu-ray. But then what happened? Well, the internet happened. There's YouTube. You can watch things on Netflix. You pay your subscription to Netflix. You don't have to come out of your house to go anywhere. Even before that, there was companies that you could pay a subscription. They'd send, I think Love Film, they'd send videos to your house and you'd post them back. Blockbuster did not innovate. They just continued doing what they were doing. Okay, now we're doing DVDs and Blu-ray, it's fine. No, they were put out of business. What Blockbuster really should have done is just copied the internet model. Blockbuster Online. People pay a subscription, they can download videos for free. Had they done that, potentially they'd still be in business. There's many other examples I could use, but I just think that's a really, really good one. So make sure that you're not only innovative, but you embed it within your business. So every week have a meeting with your staff, if you've got staff, and if not, just with yourself. How have I been innovative this week? What can I do to improve my service or product to service my customers better? Number 6, delegate. I say this and I say it because I have been there. I understand. When you start your business, it's like your baby and you want to do everything because nobody is going to do anything as good as you. It's just not true. And if it is, you need to make sure you get the right people, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. You can't do everything. You're one person, it's impossible. The level of growth that your business is going to achieve cannot be down to you, because what happens if you get sick, number one? There's only 24 hours in a day. You can't stay up for 24 hours a day every day. It's just not possible. So there's really, 12 to 14 hours, depending on how much sleep that you need, where you're going to be able to actually achieve something. If you're trying to do everything within those 14 hours, there's only so much you can do. Now, if there's 3 other people, you can split up some of the stuff, give some of the work to them, and now you're 14 hours maybe having more productive things. It's also about being strategic. So don't obviously give away all of your work to staff members, but If there's stuff that's just not that important, replying to emails, cold calling, delegate that. You're supposed to be the head of the business. You're supposed to delegate and be strategic, do strategic stuff. Number 7, have a strong team. If you're starting with a team, pick the right people. There's a fantastic book, Good to Great. I forgot the name of the author, which is ridiculous because I'm reading the book at the moment. But one of the key findings that the author uncovered in doing research with hundreds and hundreds of companies is companies that go from being good to being great have the right people on board. It's not just a matter of delegating, it's delegating to the right people and having the right people on board. And that leads to number 8. Use recruitment experts. If you've never ran a business before, you don't know how to hire people. Why do you think that you can hire them? Why do you think that who you hire is going to be the best person for the job? They probably won't, as I know. They probably will be the worst person for the job. And out of 10 times you might get it right 3 times, but that's still 7 where you didn't get it right. And you can't really afford to make that mistake. It can be very costly and it can be detrimental to your business. So using a recruitment expert might seem like a frivolous expense, but it will save you money in the long run. They are paid to do this job, they are experienced in doing the job, and they will find you the right people. And if you've got the right people on board, your business will propel. So just to recap, number 1, have a sustainable business model. Number 2, have robust financial practices and procedures. Number 3, don't take too much advice from inexperienced advisors. Number 4, develop business knowledge. Number 5, innovate. Number 6, delegate. And number 7, have a strong board of directors. And finally, number 8, use recruitment experts. If you're interested in expanding your business knowledge and would like to join our 52 Books in a Year challenge, please join us on Facebook, Elevate Reading Group. Every week we're reading a different book on business and personal development. If you're really serious about business, join us. I'm Diana Genus. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click like. If you've enjoyed this video, please share. And also follow me on social media.